So here we are again. It is Friday, the 11th of August, and I'm at the grill. I got some beef ribs in the back and tapa quadrille there in the middle. I already pulled off the sausages because the guests were hungry. And I got 2 big pieces of lomo de cerdo, which look like they're ready to come off right now. So I gotta make this video short so I don't overcook them. The big news here in Paraguay is that on Tuesday the 15th, the new president takes charge. And the new president of Paraguay is Santiago Peña. Paraguay dodged a bullet back on April 30th. There were elections, and Peña, who is from the Colorado Party, which is the conservative party, beat out his opponent, his main opponent, who was Efraim Alegre, who is from the Liberal Party, which is basically like the Democrats, the limousine liberal type party. Anyway, Peña won, luckily for the country, as far as economic policy, foreign policy, all that type of stuff goes. The good news about Peña winning is that Peña, as a man, as a human being, is a decent guy. I know him personally. I shouldn't say I know him. I've met him. I work at, and my son goes to, the school which he graduated from. And a few years back, we had the celebration of the 25th anniversary of that school. And he was a guest speaker there. At the time, he was the Minister of Hacienda here, which is like the Minister of Finance, I guess, kind of like Secretary of the Treasury kind of position. But anyway, I had a chance to meet with him. I spoke with him for about 15-20 minutes. Very intelligent guy, very down-to-earth guy. And I think he's going to make a good candidate, or he's going to make a good president. He already made a good candidate. He won. But I think he's going to make a good president because he has already spoken out on several issues. He's already been to, wow, the smoke is really screwing up my camera here. He's already been to several countries coordinating foreign investment for the country. And he has come out against, and this is a big one, or maybe I should say something a little bit about the guy as a man. I know a story. I won't say how I know it, but when he was a young man, Santiago Peña, he got his girlfriend pregnant while they were still in high school. And instead of opting for removing the fetus or leaving the girl or whatever, he got married, and he's still married to the same woman to this day. He stood up and he put on his big boy clothes and he became a father. And he went on to leave Paraguay. He got his college degree, he got his bachelor's degree here in Paraguay. Then he went on to do his master's at Columbia in New York, Columbia University. And then he went on to have various roles. I mean, he worked for the central bank here in Paraguay. He worked for the IMF as an economist for several years. I don't know exactly all the details, but I do know that he worked for the IMF. And when I met him, he was the Minister of Hacienda here, which was holding the purse strings to the country. And so he's very well educated, but and also a morally, from what I'm telling you, I mean, from this little tidbit from his life, a morally sound person. And there's a big issue he has come out against here in Paraguay, which is an agreement between the European Union and the country of Paraguay. This has been spoken about for the last at least 3 years, maybe 4 years. basically the European Union wanted to donate, or wants to donate, 86 million euros to Paraguay for the improvement of the education system here. But that comes along with caveats. And one of those caveats is, the education of the woke agenda. So the whole idea of, these new things that have come about now in the United States and in Europe in the last several years, this whole idea of gender fluid, things I've heard the words, I don't even really know what the definition is, because it's beyond me. But anyway, this whole idea of promoting this gender swapping agenda and all of this stuff, this drag queens in the kindergarten and all that stuff. Well, the Colorado Party now is very strong in the country after these elections, and the Peña himself has come out and said that he does not support any, and he made this a blanket statement, he does not support any globalist agenda, that he is in favor of the national agenda, and a big supporter of the protection of families here in the country. Now, the Cámara de Diputados, which is basically like the House of Representatives, has already voted, and they have voted to decline this agreement with the European Union. Now, it only has to go to the Senate, and if the Senate also votes to turn it down, then it will go away. And it's very interesting, because it is the vast majority of people here are against this. Paraguay is, to a large extent, a conservative country, a family-oriented country, a religious country. There is a good portion of people that, are with the modern times, that, that have leftist views, but the vast majority do not. And so, I've seen on TV, there's been meetings about this, and parents getting up and ripping up the papers they were distributed and throwing it on the floor. We're not going to accept this. I don't want this for my child. I don't want my child to be taught sexuality in the first grade. So anyway, I'm making this into a longer video than I wanted to. The bottom line is that the new president, Santiago Peña, takes charge of the country on this coming Tuesday, the 15th. And I think that this is a fantastic thing for the country. And it's also, good for me as an expat here too, because it means that the economy is going to keep growing, that opportunities are going to keep growing, and that life is going to continue to be on an even keel. So anyway, I got to cut this one off. I got to pull that pork off before it gets too dry, and I got to move my meat around. So anyway, I got videos from the vacation that are going to be coming up. I'll see if I can't post them this weekend, at least a few of them. Have a good weekend, everybody.